I just finished watching every single pre-fight press conference for UFC Vegas 85, and today, guys, I want to take a look at some particular fighters from this, and I want to take a look at their headspace, see if, even from a betting perspective, could we change your picks, how the fighter's feeling. I have a recap for you, and I'm going to give my opinion. I would love to know what you guys think down below, and again, timestamps will be there if you'd like to skip to any particular fighter. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Kyle. I'm your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's start off with Molly McCann. So Molly McCann was a little bit interesting because she still seems to be incredibly confident in her performances, but of course, we all know that she's fighting at a new weight, and here's the thing. A lot of the questions were talking about her new weight, right? But I didn't get a good feeling from her because she blamed part of her losses on the size disadvantage, and even mentioned that the last time she fought Diana Belbita, she was sick, and on top of that, the reason why she lost in the past was because she was fighting for the fans, and now she doesn't care what the fans think, she just fights for herself. While that all may be true, I'm taking a look at this, and I'm like, I don't know, man, I don't know how I feel about that. So, if you're just blaming your losses on size, which, again, it's a little bit of a credible thing to blame because she is undersized in the flyweight division, but at the same time, you gotta chalk it up to your skill, right? You gotta chalk it up to your skill. You gotta adjust. You gotta come back better. And last fight being sick, a lot of fighters say that, and I don't know. The problem with this is it could be true, but the biggest thing is she doesn't fight for the fans. She doesn't care what anybody thinks anymore. But I think it's because the majority of the fan base kind of turned on her, don't like her or Patty anymore. I still like Patty Pamela. Molly McCann bugs me a little bit, but still, I didn't get a good feeling from Molly McCann, man. But she still seems confident, so I can see her coming in trying to take off Diana Belbita's head, and then maybe not adjusting and, I don't know, having another problem with a submission or something like that. But problem being, and something we'll talk about later in the video, is Diana Belbita had a little bit of a worse press conference. But before we get into that, I want to touch on Randy Brown very, very quickly, because honestly, there's not a ton to talk about with Randy Brown, but he was just really he was really respectful to his opponent. He acknowledges how dangerous Muslim Salikov is. He's just working very, very hard, wants to get to the title, wants to get a ranked opponent, and he wants to have the best performance that he possibly can, and he wants to be very careful of the game plan that Muslim Salikov brings. So I think this dude is laser focused. I already was picking him to win, and I really, really like the confidence that he's portraying, and he's being real. I love when fighters are real like that. He knows, hey, I can't let this guy get close to me. It's going to be dangerous. He's going to try to take my head off, right? So I really like Randy Brown in that sense, guys. Now, here's the one that I was very interested in myself, that being Renato Moicano. So here's the biggest takeaway from him, okay? So he likes his new lifestyle with spending time with his son and doing YouTube. And to use his words, he said if he wants to keep this lifestyle, he needs to beat Dober, so he's in trouble. That's very interesting because I find myself motivated for the same reasons that Renato Moicano's here. I have a daughter on the way, and I'm trying to make as much money from different channels on YouTube as possible. And I really want the lifestyle of being able to spend all the quality time in the world with my daughter and my wife. I understand that from perspective, so I was like, oh my god, if you are a fighter, I can't imagine the drive you must have to go in there and beat somebody. And other than that, he said the recovery was really easy, and there's only one other thing that really made me sit back and thinking, where he has a little bit of a business model when approaching these fights now, because he's trying to get involved with the fans, he wants to talk about MMA on YouTube, he wants to learn English and show the fans that he's trying for them, so he's really, really focused on making money, money Moicano. So a little bit of a problem with that is, I don't know if that takes away from any of your training, hunger, anything like that. It's just something to think about, to be honest with you, because he is really focused on just getting checks. He's focused on wanting to spend time on YouTube and wanting to spend time with his new son. So it's a little bit like, this could be a good thing, this could be a bad thing, but I would love to know what you guys think about this down below. Now, one fighter I got an incredible feeling from was actually Drew Dober. So Drew Dober came in, always positive, always happy, always ready to go, and he had the same thing with Renato Moicano. He has a newborn daughter now, and he has more motivation than ever, but he said that the Matt Frevola loss showed him that he needs to go back to the old training. Now, he is going to start working on everything like he used to. He's no longer the knockout guy. He's no longer going to be chasing the knockout. He was talking about how before the Matt Frevola fight, he was so into just chasing that knockout, being the knockout king of the lightweight division, and now, since he finally got cracked, he realized that he needs to go back, and he won't always be able to just come in and knock people out. He needs to have a complete game. He needs to make people think about takedowns. He needs to make sure if somebody takes him down that he's ready for it, because in the past he's lost by submission. So apparently Drew Dober is working on the entirety of his game since his last loss, and it really showed in the Ricky Glenn fight. I'm really, really high on Drew Dober right now, and honestly, I haven't placed any of my bets yet, But I think I'm going to bet on Drew Dober, guys. If you're interested in seeing where I put my money where my mouth is, check out the channel membership down below. But now I do want to talk about Diana Belbita. Oh boy, Diana Belbita. So She came out and said that after her last loss, she was going to retire. She was going to retire, but she wants this fight back, right? And she still doesn't know if she's going to fight after this fight. I don't think I need to say how bad that is for your mindset. like she can't be hungry. She probably just wants one more paycheck. And it's, you know what's funny is like all the MMA fans were saying stuff like, "Oh man, we're that close to OnlyFans. Come on, Diana." Like, I found that funny myself. But honestly, like if it wasn't for the crazy odds, or like the last time I looked, they were about 4-1 odds or 3-1 odds. I would bet on Molly McCann now just because of Diana Belbita. She just spent her press conference talking about how she didn't want to fight. Like, that's horrible, man. That is absolutely horrible. But speaking of something that's not horrible, guys, I want you to check out this video, an early breakdown of UFC 299, taking a look at every single fight on the card. Check it out, guys. I will see you there. Take care.